Welcome to a special Sabbath workout freestyle rock and roll. Just went for a march, last shopping march because it's Thanksgiving here in Canada. Got that Canada tatted up. Was born in the United States 3 times post 70-76. Served in the United States Armed Forces. Once was born as a woman, twice as a man. When I was born as a man, served in the United States Armed Forces in 2 different wars. They were 156 years apart. And now I'm watching. Well, what I'm watching is, of course, please give some charity. Triple the cheerleader salaries, and I'm a Niner. You know, I lost my hat. If you check one of my videos, a few months ago, I lost my hat. It was big wind, and I lost it. I had it for like 7 years, and it's a special double trouble. 2 cups, red on white, red on white. Red and white together. Got some coffee. 2 full cups, both are full. See? Got some protein. Got some hot water and put a little bit of protein mix in each. Some hot water and some coffee, instant coffee from Germany, what I had left over from the cup. And now we're gonna work out, train, exercise, and cheers, cheers, cheers. Special 2 cups. We're gonna work out, train, exercise, do a little bit of that drill. We're gonna get a little bit of that rock and roll style for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, electricians, the plumbers, the welders. Thank you to my anonymous friend who's doing some cooking pre-Thanksgiving. It's gonna be ready after 7 p.m. here in Rock Island, Montreal. So this is what we're gonna work out with. Working the upper body. You're gonna need to take a bath tonight, later, or tomorrow. And see, this is a big brick. Big brick. It's got about, I don't know exactly how much, but probably anywhere between, it's like a pyramid, like 25 pounds or something. So it's got a little bit of that rock and roll. See, big brick. See if you want to hear it's a big brick. See, and I'm hit it with my workout boots. See, so gonna be working out, training, exercising today. Always for the firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, and the plumbers, my Niners leading by 10. Please, owners and athletes, reduce the tickets of the NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB by 44.9%, almost 45% across the board. You know, we're gonna put it in here. I'm gonna put it in this backpack, this bag. There we go. I guess I'm already warmed up because I went on an hour and 44 minutes shopping march, the last before the Thanksgiving. I got everything I needed. And gotta work out, alright? Got about around 25 pounds, I would say, maximum 44, maybe even 45 pounds, maximum 45 pounds, between 22 pounds and 45 pounds. And let me weigh it. I have the weight actually. I can give exactly, let's see exactly how much it is. I think I weighed it the other day, but now I have the weight, so I'm gonna weigh it to see exactly how much it weighs. Like that, we're gonna be precise and accurate. So, 11 kilos. So that's about 25 pounds, 11 kilos. 25 pounds. Yeah. 11, 12-ish kilos. So that's about 25, more than 25 pounds. Yeah, more than 11 kilos. Third time. Yeah, 11 plus. Yeah. That's the weight, between 11 and 12 kilos. So now we know the tool, the weight of the tool, so that's about 25 pounds. which is good for what we want to get going here. You know, we're just gonna go a little bit of freestyle Dragon versus Trump edition. Twist those hips, encourage all the workout, train, exercise. It's gonna be freestyle in bed as I check a little bit of the first half of the 49ers. I can't see the game really, so I'm gonna have to check the highlights afterwards. But those are the dimensions here, auctioning everything that I'm wearing, 93% of everything that I have. I moved here with nothing really. It's 10-7, and please, owners and players of the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, MLB, Major League Baseball, and players and owners of the NBA, of all the four, reduce the ticket costs, and please BNS for the Collective North American Civilization, across the North American Civilization or Collective across Canada, United States. Please reduce the costs of the tickets and give some tickets to the public workers, those who pick up the garbage, the recycling, and for the children. You know, it's Halloween coming, so I would love to see the slashed in half the prices of the Halloween candies, because across Canada and the United States both, you know, it's always for the 10, the 50, and the 3, and it is of course double trouble. It's economically it's difficult, you know. I always got that tatted up Canada, and got the stars and the stripes right there, and the gold between the stars and the stripes, and did a little bit of not united on this new table. I got the new table last year, about a year ago, when I did some labor work, arbeit. So it's always for the 10, the 50, and the 3, and encouraging all to work out, train, exercise, workout dedicated to my anonymous friend, and pledge your allegiance to our family, and all the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors, the grocery store clerks, the firefighters, and those truckers on the road. Gotta check a little bit of that right and left, and it's always good workout, train, and exercise, and workout, train, exercise, and rock and roll, fitness, sports. With this Ashby, I have Asperger's. I have that neurodivergent difference, and the way we process social information, and has been a work in progress, because for years and years I've been semi-officially diagnosed by many people and citizens who have experience in the healthcare system. But I don't want to accept kind of the shame of living with autism, you know. HFA, they merge Asperger's and autism, they merge HFA. So I'm a bit of a weirdo, which can be weird, awkward, bizarre, and eccentric, but you know what to expect in terms of the communication. Sometimes with Aspies you have to be more direct and straightforward, and sometimes you are also direct and straightforward. So friends with benefits only for me, you know. If you're black, white, you gotta be 18 plus for that one, or pledge your allegiance, support the dream, the Imperial Republic, of course, for the 63 always, for the firefighters, the butchers, the bakers, those who pick up the garbage sanitation, collection of those garbages, and public workers who change the aqueducts, the sewers, and construction workers who build the buildings. Always rock and roll for the train conductors, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, you know. It's money is to buy, sell, my DRT theory, debt refusion theory. We have to implement it ASAP, because we're on the verge of a public financial collapse, and create the two complementary public-private partnership institution, the Dragon Army, aka Imperial Integrated Security Service and Defense Legion, and Fuse, unite in my way best as a mass public-private partnership in finance, tourism, and healthcare, as a mass rehabilitation of the North American collective, and rebuild the ghettos, rebuild the North American inner urban cities. We got my dream is fundamentally a mass, MASS, mass PPP, public-private partnership, and my trinity of holy initiatives, and mass financing, of course. Citizens of Buccaneers took a little bit of route, so they routed 1410, I guess, and now they're leading. My 49ers were leading a bit, but now it seems like it's back to them, to the Buccaneers leading. But it's this second quarter. It's 4 quarters times 15 minutes, so of course we have to totally understand, of course, where we got those quarters, that there's still a first half, so there's still things can change, of course. So sometimes things change. Things, of course, change, you know. So I'm gonna check a little bit of the highlights. Gonna go to the highlights now and check Arizona versus Indianapolis, Los Angeles Chargers versus Miami Dolphins. How about that? Yeah, week 6. My Niners are 4-1 and top of the league. And I'm gonna check. Let's see, Eagles, New York. 44 minutes ago. Let's just this one was 44 minutes ago, almost 45. New England Patriots versus New Orleans. Let's check those highlights before we go to the game, and gonna drill it in, left or right, and gonna get it for the left and do some push-ups. No push-ups today, actually, just the upper body. It's gonna work out with no advertising for me. Is the moment I'm financially stressed. I got everything I need, you know. Paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, paid my Netflix. I gotta watch Umbrella Academy season 3 and 4 by the end of the month. And of course the fourth bill, I gotta pay a fourth bill. I got a deadline until 17th of October, 17th to 18th of October. I was here in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna have to pay my bill. There's a pass, and super important to triple the cheerleader salaries, you know. Is there on the run a bit, running a bit on the dimensions, and always looking for the hit, and left, right, right, left. He's got a little bit of that drill inside, and he's got a little bit of that left, right. He's trying to get it going with that, and he's always gonna try to get the attempt, yard attempt. He's got a little bit of that shit. And New Orleans Saints. Down the middle of number 9. Number 9 flips and flops left and right, gets out of bounds. Gotta check because I'm supposed to have a football. Football. I don't have it, but where is it? Maybe somewhere here. Maybe I'm gonna get a little bit of football there. Oh, but I got the gloves. Auctioning these red gloves. Got these red gloves because it's a Dragon versus Trump edition. There we go. Gifted 2018. Pro-labor, love universal, revolutionary centrist, independent artist, athlete, philosopher, geopolitical theoretical analyst and theorist. And I am somebody, I don't like violence. I am hyper vigilant, you know, but I like fitness, and dancing is my favorite sport. You know, is that priestess gonna go do some dancing, and especially the month of Scorpio coming in a few days. Number 44. Get it on the go, and that's what we're gonna get for the left and for the right, and we're gonna get, of course, all that left, all that right. 23, and challenging Donald Trump since 2018. It's been 6 years since Donald Trump made a mistake to impose tariffs on Canada, Canadian aluminum and steel. My way to fuse best is now one state. It's 13 plus 50 is gonna be 63, and of course it is the time for the Republic, my fellow Canadians. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Always for the butchers, the truckers, farmers, firefighters, plumbers, electricians, the welders, the construction workers, and all those involved in the production, distribution of food. You know, we gotta get on that left, we gotta get on that right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left. My anonymous friend gave me these 6 years ago when I started challenging Trump to a boxing match, so I'm auctioning them for $1 million, $1 billion. Red, my favorite color, gonna give her half, you know. So let's build the Imperial People's Coliseum on the Canadian-US border. Oh, that's a touchdown. If you don't know what I'm referring about, I'm referring, of course, about building the Imperial People's Coliseum on the Canadian-US border. On the Canadian-US border to be built, of course, concurrently, and of course, where me and Donald Trump are gonna inaugurate the boxing by boxing in a sportsmanlike contest. Dragon versus Trump is going to be called the Trump Dragon, aka Imperial People's Coliseum, for the let it be built as the biggest ever sports complex ever built, and to be 11 times bigger than the bigger than the arena sports complex built on the in New Orleans, which now is known as the Caesar Superdome. Before that, it was known as the Mercedes Benz, and before that, it was Louisiana. Now, as I changed my name and died during COVID, during right here in this room of Sun Temple, I died. And 5 years ago, more than 5 years, going to be in 4 months, it's going to be 6 years. In 2020, February, March, I thought I was going to die in this room of Sun Temple. In many ways, I died as I changed my name, Adrian Hana Dragon. Keep it out of your name if it's not for a blessing. It's always God bless. And God is kiss our empire of the People's Democratic Republic, Imperium of the 63. God bless, God is kiss. There's a dedie, touchdown. So on the Canadian-US border, let's build the biggest ever sports coliseum to be 11 times bigger than the arena known as the Caesar Superdome, where of course Caesar Superdome was known of course as the New Orleans before. Of course before that it was had several other names, and of course it is the generational, of course, to be for future generations. And the Super Bowl, one of my favorite Super Bowls, several Super Bowls were fought and played and battled out there in the New Orleans in the Coliseum, and one of them was one of my top 5 favorite Super Bowls is, I'm a 9er, of course, but one of my favorite Super Bowls is Super Bowl 47. Super Bowl 47, of course, was fought and played. My 49ers lost by 3. It was a loss, but was one of my favorites and has several nicknames. Super Bowl 47 is known as the Mercedes Benz. It was fought and played and battled out. Back then it was known as the Mercedes Benz, and it changed names. Now it's known as the Caesar Superdome. It's a arena in New Orleans. Super Bowl 47, amongst many other Super Bowls, was fought and played and battled out there. That's one of my favorite. And the Super Bowl 47 has several nicknames, one of which is Bro Bowl, the Bro Bowl, and of course before that it was known Harbaugh Bowl, Blackout Bowl, Bro Bowl. So Super Bowl 47 has several nicknames, one of my favorites. Although my 49ers lost, and the first 3 are when my 49ers win. But that was one of my favorites when they're lost, but they played a good game. And check out Super Bowl 47. I kind of watch it every year, like 4 times a year. Super Bowls. Sometimes I watch the same Super Bowls and activities. It's maybe an autistic aspect type of characteristic, but gridiron and boxing are sports, and along with hockey, women's hockey, rocks and rolls, as I am androgynous pansexual myself. And please NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, please finance some women's sports, give them a little bit more. And if I would have money, I would get all the local tickets to see the victory here in Montreal, you know. PVHL, Professional Women's Hockey Leagues, rocks, and they're as good as the men, you know. Dancing is my favorite sport, and after that is gridiron, boxing, and of course hockey, and all other sports activities, fitness, everything to do with fitness and sports. I've been on the fitness journey since 2017, you know. When I got out of depression and being suicidal after crossing Canada coast to coast, ocean to ocean, that event made me establish the strongest spirit accord with my fellow Canadians, and that is why we are now, of course, to be integratively, or in the integration, of course, of all our civilizational complexes, where we are now, of course, to situate our positions. And being that I am financially stressed, I gotta be grateful, you know, and gratitude is great for mental health. That's why we need a mass public-private partnership to mass finance both tourism across Canada, United States, integrated. That border gotta go, and we gotta get coast to coast, ocean to ocean. And of course, we gotta get it on that left and on that right, and of course, mass finance fitness, integrally, of course, fitness, where we are now, the millionaires and billionaires. I was just discussing with my, I call him uncle, but how somebody has for 4 years a 140 million contract, which, what a pass. That was a great pass. That was a pass. This is a touchdown. So that's what we're gonna get doing with that. You know, it's always a drill to see, and sometimes you gotta make the referee decisions, and they're getting on the ball where it's short of a touchdown. I think it's short, it's real short. Yeah, a few inches. Sometimes it's a game of inches, you know. Sometimes it's a game of inches, and that's how we gotta get on that goal line and get a little bit of vigor. They need to triple the cheerleader salaries and give some charity. Number 44 is down. That's a coverage. New Orleans are 1-4. Have a rough start to their season. Wow, that was a good one. Gotta stretch a bit. Oh, he's gonna go run. Number 10, the quarterback, gets the first down. Almost 4 yards. So this is actually played at the Caesar Superdome here, you know, because it's New Orleans, and that's what I was to be 11 times than this season. Then this stadium, not the season, correction. The stadium is, they're playing in a Caesar Superdome here, where the Saints are their headquarters and their home field of it's called Caesar Superdome, and before that it was known as the Mercedes-Benz, and before that it was known as the Louisiana Superdome. So I changed names just like I changed names. Keep my holy sacred name out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Otherwise, let me pestilence. So we gotta get to build on the Canadian-US border, and also to build a Forgotten Goddess Temple, GODDSS. That's my will, to build the Forgotten Goddess Temple. She doesn't need me or anybody to build her temple, because she dances with her son and got the pyramids, tombs and temples of initiation, those pyramids. And also to build the House of the Dragon, you know, House of the Dragon. To be, of course, the House of the Dragon, scarlet, crimson and scarlet are, of course, shades of red. Crimson and scarlet are shades of red. The sun always is red in rising, red in setting, and red's my favorite color. But when I love that rainbow, black, white, and rainbow, friends with benefits only, or pledge your allegiance. Legions, don't waste my time, I won't waste yours. And roam that rock and roll, FREE. Water jump, concentrated, goes up and goes a few yards, 5, and it's 5'8", 5'8" the height. Number 12, and there were like 4 players on him though. There were 4 players. So he was all surrounded by adversarial defensive players, and that was quite an interesting play there. But was a challenge? There wasn't a challenge, no. There was no challenge, but I guess they didn't want to challenge it. Sometimes coaches challenge the calls, you know, but not this time, I guess. This time it's not so much. I'm gonna have to go, so gotta get it on the go now. They have it. Number 2, right straight laser to number 12, jumps, gets bumped, jumps again, gets a few more yards with those steps on the mark. Number 2 again for New Orleans. Oh, he's almost sacked. Is he? Yeah. Sacked, but maybe not for a loss. Number 25 and number 44 for the defense. 54. 54 is a good yard. So auctioning this one also. This one I found about 11 years ago. Just before I moved here, I found it was November 2014. I recovered it. It has something white on it, but there's no name. There's something white on it, but it wasn't a dirt or anything like that. It just doesn't go off, so it's basically red and white. I recovered it from the dirt, from the ground, just like I came here with really nothing but this and another black coat, which I found also about, I think, July 2014, that one. And this one was November, I believe November 11th, 2014. And that one I found it, I think, July 29th, 2014. And maybe those are the two items, plus my high school diploma, and one other thing, like 4 items that I still have, maybe that I had from back where I used to live in a moldy place on the ground. And prior to 2014, February 2014 is my memories on the blackout, man, you know. But here we are, you know, and we gotta get it on to life. And there we go. This is what I was looking for. I don't want to make a mess. I guess sometimes you gotta make a mess. Got a place back. Got the agenda. Got some of these, and there we go. Gonna put this one for Carl Nassib and Michael Sam. Being that I am part of the LGBTQ community, androgynous, pansexual, a bit on that rock and roll style, and it's gotta be recycled. I guess I'm gonna put them there to not auctioning this max for me. I'm gonna give half to my anonymous friend, and now I gotta put these here. See, we had a lot of strikes going on. Strikes. It's tough economic times, you know, so auctioning this one, I got about eight years ago. Secondhand, $7, 8 years ago. I wore it a lot, so it's worth, like, I bought it secondhand about 8 or 9 years ago. Secondhand. So, American exchange. I'm not sure if it's made in the USA. No, it's, interestingly enough, it's made in Malta. Malta. You know, as a geopolitical theoretical analyst and theorist, always when I say Malta, I always think about the treaty, the meeting in Malta, you know, the treaty where post-Second World War, kind of where some say that the beginning of the Cold War was after the meeting of Malta. It was in 1945, where leaders of both the Soviet Union and Stalin and, of course, Roosevelt and others met, you know. Churchill, Malta. It's a famous 20th century event which shaped world geopolitics, that Malta, M-A-L-T. So auctioning it for $1 billion, give half to my anonymous friend. And, you know, I'm not just an independent artist, athlete, philosopher, but a mystic. See? A mystic. That was a good Sunday ticket here, and this one I found about 3 years and a half ago during COVID, also auctioning it for $1 million. Give half to my anonymous friends. So auctioning 93% flags and everything that I have here, you know, gonna auction them and see if I can get it on the go, you know. Yeah. Got a pen. There you go. We're out there. And dragon auctioning. This one I wore it also. I wore it also second hand about 3.5 years ago. Second hand now. So I'm gonna auction it for there. 44, and this one gonna put it there also. Just to wash, do the laundry tomorrow, you know. Do the washing, and got some masks. Put the mask there for the size there. And that's what it is with that, and there we go. I'm gonna put this one there. Bury me with Papa Crowley at 30 in New Jersey, and that is where we're gonna get drilling with that to be now, of course, in the operative functionalities where we are now, you know, the dynamics. And here we got 12, we got 11, we got 12. Today's the 12th, tomorrow's the 13th. So we got that agenda. Got that Canada sticker. There we go, put it there, of course. And auctioning this one also. This one also I got it second hand. It's kind of worn off because I worn it off, so it's kind of torn. But if I'm not gonna, maybe before or when Scorpio starts, I'm gonna clean with it here. And if I don't auctioning, I'm gonna be of course putting it for sale. So I'm gonna put it in my here to wash right there. And that horrorcore is actually nothing to do with horror. Like horrorcore is an Israeli metal band. So I didn't know. I just bought it because I like the red. But then I found out that it's actually, if you're into rock and roll metal, Israeli metal, hardcore metal, rock and roll songs, if you're into that. So this one auctioning as well. So there we go. I'm gonna put it there. So if you're gonna get some napkins later on, get dirty after the workout, we're gonna feasting on the budget, and that's how we're gonna get that drill with that, and that's how we're gonna get that rock and roll to be now, of course. Got some bills. These bills, I guess I gotta be on the recycling side, you know, gotta recycle them. So let's put them there and make sure we get down there recycle done, and that's how we gotta get drilling with that. And gotta guess another bill, 4 bills. I guess since I settled the bills with my anonymous friend, we're back to zero, and we finance, and these are bills. And one more bill to pay. The 4th bill for me is gonna be the phone bill. I'm a bit late. But I'm never late on my rent, on my electricity bill, and I paid Netflix I paid, electricity bill I paid. It's the 12th today of October, and paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, paid my Netflix, and 4th bill coming. I have time. I budgeted, so I got time. I just have to go pay it at the cash. I'm a bit late, you know, but it's gonna pay it all, I guess, and then we're gonna check in November. If I pay what I need to pay, then I'm gonna pay the rest in November 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, something like that. And gotta get it on the drill. Oh, it's changed now. What is this?
So everything's taking long to cook, including some of the vegetables. So I went online.
Yeah.
And I checked, and it says the perfect condition for turkey, pretty much any weight, is 375. Not 350. 350 seems too low.
But I think the indication there was 325 even.
I think it was for a frozen turkey.
Even lower.
And this turkey was not.
How's the basting going?
Oh, I added more butter. It was completely dry this time, not even a little bit left on the bottom. I don't know what happened. I hope it tastes good, the turkey, because it's so dry.
Okay, that's great, Betty. Whatever, I don't mind eating at 8. I'm a bit hungry, but it's okay. Not that hungry. I can munch on an orange.
So I already ate half of the pie. You can have the pie. I prefer to have my dessert before.
I'm just working out a bit for an hour.
Yeah, the sun's still out. It's amazing. You see the trees. Tomorrow I'm going to take the bus and meet you at the mountain. But I'm going to go early because I don't want to waste my extra food.
Maybe I'll meet you at top.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the... They call it the lookout?
There's so many lookouts.
Well, the main one.
This one also I got at $4. Belvedere Chalet, Kondianak. Kondianak. Okay, perfect. In the afternoon, right? This one also, but this one is actually made in the USA. It's like I was in previous incarnations. Once I was born a woman, and twice I was born a man. Served in Just Gotta Read George Patton, Through a Glass Darkly. One of my favorite poems is Through a Glass Darkly by George Patton, and this is made in the USA, see? Made in USA. Made in USA, in a past life I was. Made in USA, in a past life I was. Made in USA, in a past life I was. Made in USA. Past life incarnation I was. And you just gotta read George Patton, you know. George Patton, see? 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 that's what it is, and this is what we gotta get doing now, you know. I bought it $4. Now it's a bit, because I went outside with it and it was kind of hot, so it's kind of wet, sweaty a bit. So just gonna put it there. So auctioning that for $1 billion to give half to my anonymous friend, and this I'm gonna put back there. This also, this I found, like I said, like I think it was around November 11th, November 9th, something like that. Around my birthday, I found it. And I retrieved it from the dirt. 2014, 11 years ago. 11 years ago. I still have it. I think that's this and another things I didn't bring. I really moved here with nothing, you know. I had nothing when I moved here. My anonymous friend gave me this lion. And I guess I got company with the lion, eh? So I got that lion. Gonna put it on the red, because it's always red and rising, red and setting. But it's a bit dirty. It's been through a lot, so I gotta wash it. And, you know, it's a lion, man. Lion. So we gotta get on that left or right, and that rock and roll to be. And here we got, see, left, right. Got the jab. Gotta put it at the top there, I guess, or keep it here. Keep it right there. And now I'm. What is this? Maybe that's my twin brother in the dark and black. Twin brother in the dark and black. Shadow, my shadow, maybe. Twin brother, twin warlord in the black. Oh my goodness. This popped. I thought it was continuing the NFL, but this. It's interesting. That's not really. How come? This is what followed. It should have been in other should have been other highlights. But after that highlight of the New Orleans Saints game against the Patriots New Orleans on 12th of October, this game, and your fate begins here. That's quite providential, I get. Your fate begins here. How can that be? How can this have... I didn't even touch the remote. I was just working out, training, and watching that, and the highlights ended, and this came on. That's my twin shadow. Your fate begins here. Your fate begins here. What is this? I like the red, my favorite color, but maybe that's me. My shadow. Maybe that's my twin shadow. That's my twin. Brosis, as I am a brosis, androgynous pansexual, I'm a brosis. Adrian Hana Dragon. Keep my name out of your mouth. This is not for a blessing, anyways. That's interesting. I have no idea how come this followed, and see, because I was on the, see, that's what I was saying. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Consequently, it should have been following. So this is what I clicked on to watch, right? And then it was, this is what I watched, New England Patriots. And you saw it, because you saw it, and I pointed the camera, and I didn't pause, I didn't edit, right? And normally, consequently, should have been following with the Dallas Cowboys after these highlights. You know what I'm saying? It should have been highlights we should have followed, or Rams or Baltimore, but in the sequence, right? It should have been these. Let's check out this one. Let's check out Chargers and versus Miami now. Oh, let's do a... Yeah, let's check my Niners a bit. Let's check my Niners. See where my Niners are. I have no money to spend. My phone bill is first in line. Take a break, man. $5 and how much? $5. $5. I got $5, man. $5. But I don't eat, because tomorrow I don't spend money, but I have some money for food, right? I got 6. When was this printed? Well, actually, this was 2009. 2009. And the $5 bill. Usually they're 2013, interestingly enough. Yeah, see, it's 2013. See? For some reason, most in the past years that I've gotten were issued an emission issue in 2013 for 2 years apart. Of course, we don't know the month. It could be almost 5. But or it could be like 4 years and 2 weeks apart, 4 years and 14 days, 13 days, 4 years and 13, 14, 15 days apart, Because 2009, 2013 it could be the month, it could be 4 years and 15 days apart, or 16 days, or 13 days, 14 days. So what's going on with the Niners? Buccaneers, 20-16, 4 points. Let's go Niners, go Niners, go Niners. Go Niners, we're 4-1. We gotta get made. If we lose, it's gonna be 4-2, but then we're gonna win. We're gonna go 5-6, win 3 in a row. I predict we're gonna go 13-3 season and win the Super Bowl. We predict 13-3 season. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. 13-3. 13-3 time when winning the ball. This time we're gonna win the ball. Super Bowl. Super Bowl with party and the other do is nothing. This is 11 kilos. See? Show you proof. That's in the bag, If you want to see the proof, that's what I got for you now, see? See? If you want to see the proof there, see, 0. See, and then when we put it on, see, it goes to 11, right? See? Goes to 11, right? See? If you put it on. 11-ish, see? See? BC 11 kilos, those are in kilos, so that's about 25, It goes close to 12 sometimes, depending how we put it, how we place it, because it's more wide. I guess it's gonna be 20. $20, 49 report, round 40 MVP, $100. And I'm broke, man. I'm not really broke. I got trillions of kisses, millions, trillions of marching steps, trillions of football drills, trillions of dancing steps, choreography, lots of rock and roll. And I'm very rich, actually, very affluent, very wealthy, but just in rock and roll, sports, fitness, and geopolitics. Besides that, it's just that stress. Let's go left and right. We gotta get organic, man. Yeah. It's just... Much love, man. You're getting money, baby. He's getting some money. Give some charity if you're a millionaire, billionaire. You know, it costs the tickets, man. See? He's got some support. He's doing online for years, I think. But if you check my videos on the Super Bowl, 49ers chat, I watch sometimes 49ers chat report or Rambo, him or Rambo. I watch, you know. Let's go. Love you, Rambo. Rambo Sports also. He's been watching them for more than 4 years now. They're Niners fans. Empire. We empire in our nation. Gotta give it so you say, yeah. Gotta give it so you bay. Rambo with an N. Rambo Sports. Give some charity, you know. And the owners also gotta reduce the ticket costs. Rambo Sports. There you are. Yeah. Or is like anything. Financially stressed and auctioning everything that I have, you know. The Canadian flag and the twins as we're brother sister. United States flag, Canadian flag, and I got 2 other United States flags which I retrieved. And always got that. Always got the Canadian flag. I always got it on me. Always got Canada. Here's Rambo. Sometimes I go comment a little bit and say, "What is ask me what I gotta get it in?" So that's what I got, and that's what I gotta get on that love, man. You know. Rambo, my brother from San Francisco. Hero. I gotta get a little bit on a rock and roll, man. Getting a little bit of sweat. That's what I want, a little bit of sweat, you know. Take this sweat out because then I put it back later. I don't want it sweaty. That's the game, Rambo. That's the Niners. Just gotta play, man. They're playing football. Football, football, football. Got some product of Germany. See? This is an instant coffee, but it doesn't say, it just says it's product of Germany, see? See there? I'm gonna show you. But it doesn't work. You can, of course, Germany doesn't produce coffee. But this is an instant coffee and it's affordable. And of course, I'm trying to figure out why those numbers are there. Those numbers E with a letter. This is an ASPE thing. With neurodivergence, we focus on these numbers. I'm dying to know. because they're not part of the code bar product, right? There's our identification probably. So the standards of the industry, or of course there has been industry that somebody knows that in terms of classification, they maybe something to do with import export, because this is product of Germany. So import export, of course, relatively, of course, the company that's imported, maybe that number has to be the number by the transportation, how it was transported on the ship, or where it was produced in Germany, right? So yeah, Asperger's were weird like that. We focused on detail, but this is a very good instant coffee. So what we're gonna do. So it's hot, 11 yards, hot, 11 yards, hot, 11 yards, hot, 11 yards, 11 yards, 11 times 4, 44, almost 45 yards. That gives me, give me a few yards, man, to go 40 yards, you know. Hot, 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 hot. And your defense left and right, you know, defense. Got defense, offense, 11 versus 11. You got a lot of rules, regulations, time management, and it's football, you know. Any given Sunday, things can happen and change. And auctioning this hat are $1 million. $1 million. This I got about 3.5 years ago during COVID. Was donated, but my friend pointed it out, so I kind of attribute it to my friend. And it's got some 3 stars we're gonna add to for the Rock&Roll, you know. So something what we gotta do, you know. It's actually a soccer, right? Soccer, FIFA World Cup. Auctioning it for $1 million a bin to give half 50% to my anonymous friend, you know. It's been worn out. I wore it a lot. Kind of broke a bit. But I guess I still wear it often. It's my sports, you know. Official licensed product. So we're gonna go, man. Rumble, you criticize too much. We're 4-1, man. Rumble's only happy. Rumble's only happy when we're 0. Should be smart. Get off the ball, man. Rumbo's a big critic. It's funny. I'm more laughing on myself, you know, because I wouldn't be that good playing it necessarily, but I would be good at. So I would be good at. I would be actually good at the more. So I would be good at. So where I would be good at is refereeing, you know, or maybe coaching, even coaching. Aspies, there might be some who have Asperger's and who are on the spectrum who are athletes, but mostly artists. Athletes are things, you know, more mathematic calculation. And of course, when I watch football, I calculate a lot of mathematics in my head, not just the finances of it, but that's why I say you can reduce the ticket costs, owners and players by 44.9% ASAP. That is my representative constitution marking of where the tickets must be reduced by ASAP across the board for all the NFL, National Football League, the NHL as well, National Hockey League as well, and NBA, National Basketball Association, and the MLB, Major League Baseball, the four, you know. That is my general overall calculation of the general reduction of the tickets to be reduced by that much to because the salaries of the majority of citizens, the salaries have stagnated. So in the past 5 years, only about 4.4 increase in overall salaries, although the tickets and cost of living has increased. So that is my calculation, you know. That is my calculation. That is my what I calculate to be. Well, of course, the public workers, they're athletes as well, you know. The public workers, the firefighters, and the butchers, the bakers, you know, the nurses, the doctors, the electricians, the welders, the plumbers, construction workers as well, eh? It's something which we gotta be mindful in. The cooks there also serve a little bit of that, you know, going around and serving, preparing the food in the stadiums. There's a lot of different people work involved in it. And you know, the Dragon Army, we cook, we clean, we kiss, we do all integrated services. SSD, Legions, Legio Legions, Legions, Coast to Coast, Ocean to Ocean. Let's get it legal on paper and massive representation of my philosophies to be turned into action as I encourage you all to work out, train, exercise, and it's sports and fitness, geopolitics, rock and roll 24/7 with yours truly. Waiting on the. I'm grateful I got turkey, I got food, so my anonymous friend, you know. Gonna give her a bay and a half, 50% if I ever make money. I never had money, but if I would have liked to get her the house on the by the river. By the river, it had a weeping willow, weeping willow. You know, so goes by the river. You can check in my past videos. You can see it there. Maybe, you know, yeah, it's possible. Trump has to Israel, you know. Consent, you know. You know. It's something which we have, you know, is our room, you know. Oh, cool, man. Got the red and green. Dancing goddess, army priestess, Hana, which is I as well. And we got the red for the dragon, which is I. So for both together, double trouble 2-in-1. Let's, what is this? I don't know what that is. Let's go, HHH on. 3, 2, 1. Gonna get that pass. 6 to the left. 6 to the right. 6 down the middle, that's 18. And 1 big. 4. A Hail Mary. Almost 45 yards. That adds up to a TD. 4 passes. 6 times 3 is 18. That's what I needed. Plus 45. Almost 45, because I needed almost 45 with 44.93, 93. That gives it a little bit of that mathematics. So you got to calculate that's about 63, right? Almost 63. So that's what I needed. 4 to 63, always in perpetual, the 10 to 50 on the 3. Got to get that rock and roll, and that's what I needed for the drive to get that TD for a winning game. Sure, you know. Third quarter, 6:15, 1 point down. 20-19 Buccaneers football. Third quarter, 1st and 10. Tampa Bay 45. That's got some weight to go. Fumble. My fumble, not theirs. That's what I feel, man. So that's what we're gonna get, I got grapes, so I'm happy, I got red and white, red and green grapes. That's what it is. So I can get it out to go, Oh, there's some. Oh no, that's not what it is. What's going on? Oh, let's watch. Let's watch Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns. Or let's see, Baltimore Ravens, New York Eagles, New Orleans versus Patriots. We watched. Let's watch Chargers, Dolphins. There's a lot of them going on. You got San Francisco, and you got highlights. We're gonna watch it for the. Let's go 49ers. Then you got. Oh, you got San Francisco versus Tampa Bay. So Bucks are also 4-1, eh? We're 4-1 and they're 4-1. So we're gonna check a little bit of that rock and roll with that. We're gonna go on to. Oh, I'm gonna watch the. What I'm gonna watch? Walk off here. Chargers, Dolphins, seasons. There's so many. Oh, there's a preview also, but I'm not gonna watch the preview. Preview is okay. That passed will go, but not gonna watch the preview. What I'm gonna watch is the Semana. Let's see what it is. Let's go back to Rumble a bit. No, gonna watch NFL highlights. Gonna watch Cardinals, Cowboys, Baltimore Ravens 2 hours ago. We're gonna watch Seattle Hawks, and we're gonna check the Clash, crazy Clash. Oh, we got some San Francisco. Yes, we're gonna for highlights. 16:3 6 seconds, but the game's not over, so I'm guessing that's from the first half. From the first half. That must be from the first half or first quarter even. First quarter even first half, you know, that's why we gotta get it on that. So maybe I'll watch those. No, I don't have credit cards, I have a credit line. And that's for the advertising. Well, I can't really buy anything now, but gotta give that salutation. For the truckers on the road, the airports, workers in the airports, the dock workers, truckers coast to coast, ocean to ocean, the nurses, doctors, firefighters, plumbers, electricians, the bakers, construction workers, getting on that Thanksgiving weekend. You gotta get it on that Thanksgiving weekend. Go left, right, go. It's got a completion, man. It's got a completion. It's got to complete it. Can't complete it, man. Number 6, he plays a little ball. Tip past it in, and it's like, ooh. It's left and right and then throws it in. That one was almost intercepted, eh? Almost intercepted. Number 6. Play on the go, man. Gotta get it on the left and on the right, and gotta get it in the middle a bit. Oh, there's another live stream there. Let's see. 27-19. Third is not over. It's not over. 27-19. We're gonna score 2 touchdowns in the fourth. We're gonna score 2 TDs. Plenty of time left. It's not even the fourth quarter. Buccaneers are leading 27-19. Do the math. That's 18 points. 18 points. If you score 2 touchdowns, even if we do the 6 points, 6 plus 6. You know, we might even score 3 sixes, 18 points, and then we get back to 19 plus 18, 6 plus 6 plus 6, that's 18, so that is 18 plus 19, that's 37-27. They might get a field goal, get 3 points, 37-30 also, you know. It's Football Nation. I watch Football Nation a little bit. Nation, man, that's nice. That's nice. You know, rock and roll, good eye. Sometimes I almost lose my eye sometimes. But, you know, he's got it on the Hoyt. H-O-I-T. Who's that was Hoyt. Links. I haven't been on Facebook for a while. I have to do a new Facebook. Because my other cell phone a few months ago didn't work well, so I had a new cell phone for the past more than 4 months. So check it out. Professional. Go. Oh, he's getting some donations. Donation, man. That's good, man. Unite with Dragon Empire. Nations, all nations. We do a big family, man. I like that family, you know. Your family, I guess they're 49ers family, big Dragon Army family, pledge your allegiance, you know. It's big hugs, big... Some of those good hugs, you know. Left, right. Dribble on the down, and again, left, right. Fourth pass, 4 passes completion in a row. That's what you need, you know. And it's not over. It's not even the fourth quarters, you know. It's any given Sunday. It doesn't work like that for football, you know. It's not even the end of the third quarter, but Buccaneers are ahead by 8 points. It's 27-19 at this point in time. So never rule out, you know, comeback kids. We are also comeback kids. We're 4-1. The Buccaneers also had a nice start of the season. They're 4-1 as well, eh? So it's 2 powerful teams that's had a good start of the season. 4-1 is a great way to start a season, you know. And that's always something which you have to consider, that the Buccaneers, they have a strong team. And we got a strong start of the season, got a strong, powerful team as well, you know, but we got some injuries, we got a little bit of we lost only 1 in the 5, so 4-1 is great. I say that we're gonna go 13-3 and win the Super Bowl this time, you know. It's been a long time coming, you know. We lost the other day, 2 years ago, of course, to Kansas City, and they got us drilled by 3 points. But one of my favorite Super Bowls is Super Bowl 47, aka Blackout Bowl, aka Harbaugh Bowl, aka Bro Bowl, where the 49ers lost to the Ravens, and it was played in Louisiana. Super Bowl 47. It has several nicknames, aka Bro Bowl, Blackout Bowl. So We're gonna go back to the game, see of course some highlights, and gonna go back to Rambo. See Rambo. So these are usually the three. I got a fourth one sometimes I check out, you know, for 49ers. That was 49ers Empire. Rambo, always fun. These comments, you gotta get that left right down the field, and sometimes you just gotta strategize for the fourth quarter to, you know, you're gonna just get some first balls aside. Just get those super long balls down in the air and get a Hail Mary, get a touchdown, and time manage when you're ahead. But others, since they're ahead, no, that's in their Tampa Bay's Buccaneers is in their interest to slow down the pace of the fourth quarter, so to hold the ball, right? To time manage, basically to, in other words, to waste as much time as possible now, to just run down the clock. More technical NFL gridiron terminologies would be to run down the clock. So running down the clock would be is in their interest. At this point in time, it's in their interest to run down the clock, right? To just hold on to their victory and hold on to their points because they're leading, so they're going to win the game if the 49ers don't do anything in the offensively, if we fail to score touchdowns or get a few field goals. Basically, we just need 3 field goals, really. 3 field goals. Then we're going to win by 1 point, because it's going to be 28. Because it's 19-27, so they're leading by 8 points. If we get 3 field goals, we can still win it by a point. If we get a touchdown and a field goal, 6 plus 3, we always win by 1 point like that as well. So it's not over till the fourth quarters, you know. So once you get the fourth quarter in, that's just something which we have to remember, that it's football. It can be tricky to rule out even when you're down by a few points. Only when you're down by a few points in the third quarter, it doesn't work like that. 27-19, and it's the third quarter. Rambo, you gotta get that. It's 49ers, man. What kind of fam, what kind of empire are you? Sing it, don't criticize. Should be cheerleading. You want no victory, you know. Got some victory, man. Versus 49ers. Yeah, that's where we are now, man. The Rambo, you know. They gotta get on that rock and roll, man. You know? Yeah. That's what we got. Head. 6 yards, 7 yards, another 11 yards. We're gonna play on the ball and make sure we get it deep, and that's a strategy that the coach Shanahan is gonna have to employ and use our offensive and defensive line. Let's go Bosa, get some sacks, you know. Bosa's gonna get some sacks, that's it. Get some fumble recovery. I don't understand why. I mean, I kind of understand the fact that, yeah, Buccaneers are leading by 8 points, 27-19, so they're gonna win if we don't do anything in the offensive. But you gotta understand that we might do something in the offensive, and the defense might come up strongly by both sides doing a sack, recovery, or interception, and that's game, you know. That's going 5-1. They're 4-1 as well, 4-1, and we're 4-1. So that's what you have to understand fully, right? They're 4-1 and we're 4-1. So they're 4-1, man. That's what I gotta get for the games, man. Anyways, we're gonna see where that goes. Just a little bit of a shorty, a little bit of a exercise here, a little bit of a bit of an hour, and not gonna do much. Gonna finalize it here. You know, I'm gonna go for 4 more minutes or so. Good. And then that's it, man. Gonna 4. You know, refresh. And that's what we need, you know. Gonna get in on that and just get for the left and for the right and in the middle. We are now, you know, in the position where we are to be involved with the game and game to manifest our reports to be an Excelsior, and that is just something which we have, of course, to align ourselves with, and the manifestation of the proposition, you know, to that's all we got, you know. That's all we got, you know. So, yeah.
At 7:30 I might stop it.
7:30?
How hungry are you? Dinner's already if you want to start with it.
I'm not that hungry, Betty. I can wait until 7:30. That's perfect, actually. Thank you. If not, I'll just have an apple. 7:30 is perfect. Thank you. Again, thanks again. Yeah. I'm just finishing my workout anyways. Get a little workout, man. Canada's auto sector. Another blow. Now blow. 7:30 is perfect, you know. That's good. Thank you for cooking. If I made $1 million, if I make $1 million a bee, I'm gonna give her half, you know. And so I've been here cooking, you know, cooking, and I love to cook. I love to cut. I love to chop. I like to do dishes. It suits me, you know. The water. I like water, fire, water, both. Adrian Hanna, dragon, androgynous, pansexual, lesbian artist, laying the foundations for the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom with trillions of kisses, you know. And it's getting colder here in Canada. In the true north, strong and free, you gotta have some loving liberty with that. But that's getting colder, so it's more difficult for some people, you know. For some people, it's more difficult, and we're gonna extend this workout by only 7 minutes. 7 minutes. So that's just gonna drill some of that, and just gonna watch a little bit of how it comes. Auto sector suffers another blow from the Trump administration. We're just gonna click on this, and you, of course, it's a Dragon versus Trump event, you know. About, man, critical minerals, and gotta get a little bit of that rock and roll, you know. Let's see. Thank you again, my anonymous friend, for these 2018